Hi everyone, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha. I want to say thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. I especially want to say thank you to people that have donated, and to let you know that I have emailed the person that won the free reading to everyone that donated in February, and the email has the title Psychic Consultants Winner ! So keep a lookout for that. Couple of things to say about this spread. So this is the love reading for March 2016. Check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because all three of those can resonate, and so I would check out all three and see which one resonates the most, and that's the one for you. Also, one thing to say is check it out. If you're watching early in the month, watch it again later in the month, because sometimes it doesn't make sense and then you don't get the messages, and then if you watch it a bit later, it makes complete sense. So I would definitely recommend that as well. So I'm going to do the kind of 4 cards representing you, 4 cards representing your love, and then the 4 in the middle of the way you kind of interact with one another. A couple of things to say. Your love can represent, it's someone that you're connected to, that you love. It could even be valid for, it makes sense in terms of a different connection with a father or parent or a sister or a brother or a friend or anything. Could be that. But it is usually some kind of love connection. If you're not in a relationship, it could be just someone you have your eye on. I do talk about, if you're single or not as well. It can flip. So sometimes whatever's happening on your row and their row, it might be the opposite. That does happen sometimes. Do like if you enjoyed it, please. It means a lot to me. Subscribe and share with people that you think would find them helpful as well. I think they're helpful. I get a lot of feedback. If you're interested in a personal reading, details will be below. Otherwise, just lots and lots of love. Thank you very much for your support. The deck that I'm using is the Centenary Rider-Waite deck. It has a couple of extra cards, which are just extra pieces of artwork that I use because I like them and I'm guided to, and they mean a lot to me. They're great cards, so they do come up in a couple. Otherwise, I will stop talking and get on with the readings. Hi, beautiful Gemini. I hope you're well. Don't want to talk anymore. Been talking enough, so we'll just dive straight in. A little bit more shuffling. Right, so let's see what's going on. Okay. Card on the bottom of the deck for this month is the Moon, so this is all about the truth coming out to be seen. I'm really getting for you guys. Yeah, it's just that I think I'm getting it's your own personal truth, and you really do have to follow your intuition, and it will be becoming very apparent. Also, it could be a thing that if there's any kind of deception going on around you, that's going to come to the fore. Whether you're deceiving yourself or someone else is deceiving you, it doesn't really matter which. It will become very apparent to you that you have either been deceiving yourself or someone has been deceiving you, or the truth is going to be coming out to be seen. And that's good, because we always want that. We always want the truth. It is the most powerful thing. So, cards representing you, we have the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the 8 of Wands. representing your love, we have the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. And we'll just put the energies that go on between you like that, and we'll turn them over later. So, as I said, bottom of the deck, the Moon. Let's just see what's going on with you. Okay, so you're feeling great. You are in a very strong position in terms of relationships with these cards. This Eight of Cups is the card of complete emotional fulfillment. Just feeling great. Having everything that you need. Completion. Tens are all about completion. Cups are emotions. So it's really this kind of satisfaction, emotional satisfaction, peak experience of feeling great. A very strong card in relationships. Is a very good card of relationships for connecting, being together as one. Even a couple of kids there, so it can often mean children for me when this comes up in readings. Family card, it is a card of family, of joy, and of, you know, literally the rainbow and having everything that you desire. Awesome place to be in. So that's what's going to be for March. And in conjunction with this Three of Pentacles, you really want to start building something of value in terms of relationships and in terms of your life. And I feel like you have built something of value. This is a bit of a kind of planning stage, but you are really kind of getting down to the practical nitty-gritty of how you can build something of value and that's reliable and that's of great beauty. Because in this card, these two kind of architects and scholars, basically, and builders are talking about building this cathedral. I'm drawn to this kind of paper in his hand, so I feel like there could be some contracts or some kind of thing like that going on. Even some kind of marriage contracts, prenuptial contracts, things like that, something like that going on in terms of relationships. And you've got the Strength card, and what I'm getting for the Strength card is that you really are feeling strong. It means nothing kind of that off the mark in terms of this card. It is your Major Arcana card, so you may have to, it may take a lot of your strength to achieve what you want, but I'm actually feeling that you have cultivated that strength and it is paying off now. For March. In March, it's going to pay off. And I do feel a little bit as though you're taming the beast of yourself a little bit. Because, you know, you can be a bit bipolar. Don't take that the wrong way. But just that you can have one idea and you really believe in it, and then you're kind of like one person, and then you kind of have another idea and you kind of believe in it and you go in a completely other direction. And it is a bit, you know, you are the twins. This card is also about kind of taming oneself, taming one's animal. And the infinity symbol symbolizing infinite love above her head there. So it might be that you are taming yourself for love, that this is what you want and this is what you desire. You really are kind of taming those impulses to be a bit, I do want to say selfish. I know it sounds a bit bad, but it is a bit like it's kind of my way or the highway sometimes, I think. And I think that has made it a bit difficult for other people. It's not that it's wrong or anything, but I think it's just, how can you get what you desire? That's all I'm interested in. And I think maybe you did, you have cultivated the strength, and you have kind of tamed those aspects of yourself in relationship. Everyone has them, just things that, it's compromise, basically. This is what I'm getting from this card. It's compromise. Sometimes we have to compromise. Not our sense of personal integrity, but things that we think, usually it's things that we think we want that aren't actually in our best interests. Because I don't actually believe in compromise, but it is that when compromise comes up, it's that it's just something, letting go of things that we really don't need. And it's the universe's way of telling us that we don't really need them. And this has given you this new lease of life, this new love energy. If you're single, there's a whole load of love around you. Definitely love coming with this card in March. This is definitely love coming towards you fast. It's like you've realised that this is what you actually want, is this harmony and this everything. It literally is this card, a card of everything. But you've also realised that you do have to kind of put some groundwork in, and you might have to tame a little bit of your, I don't know, yeah, you get it. I kind of described it, so I think you get it. I don't need to go into that more. Okay, your love. They are waiting for you to get in contact with them for some reason. Though they're looking away from you. So they could be waiting for news from somebody else in regard to something else. In regard to a career thing, or I do get there's a little bit of career stuff for some reason involved in that with them. But they are looking away from you. But it's not because you've done anything, or, if they are looking away from you, it's just because there's something else that they're waiting on, something else that they're focused upon, and it's nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean that you're not important. And it's important for you to keep your eye on the prize and stay here. But also, yes, they are waiting for you to get in contact with them. I feel a little bit as though also what you do is you go into this planning stage, and you maybe don't communicate it. Though this card can mean communication, but I feel like kind of you're a little bit holding back. It's like you're really enjoying this, but maybe you're not communicating it to them. You don't quite feel ready yet, but you are definitely building something here with this Three of Pentacles. It's kind of like, rubbing your hands together. What can I do? And it is all a little bit about this compromise thing. So yeah, they're waiting for you to get in contact with them. And they're looking away from you. So they've got other stuff going on, for sure, but they are also kind of waiting for you to get in contact. They've got lots of pentacles going on. So, there is this King of Pentacles here. So this could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn man. So if that is your love interest, or you have someone like that in your life, this is in relation to them. But I also do get that it's just that, even if it's not an earth sign, it is a successful, there's some kind of business thing going on. This guy's the entrepreneur. This guy is the money man. So there's a business focus. There's some work going on. There's a business focus going on for this person, for your love. But don't, it's equally balanced with this Two of Cups, and this is the kind of meeting of souls, soulmate card. And I am going to say, this person is your soulmate. There is a very strong connection here. And because it's meeting and met with this Strength card on your side, it's strong, this bond, it's strong. These two cards together, very, very powerful. And because sometimes these soul connections, they can be a little bit tumultuous, but they need this. And because you've cultivated this, then you can kind of support that. And I think you do get in contact. And if you are worried about contacting someone, or you're holding back, don't, because when you do get in contact, it is kind of like their dreams coming true. For sure. With this Cupid's arrow. But I get the feeling that you kind of keep it a bit under wraps. I don't know why, or you are keeping it a bit under wraps, that Cupid's arrow. But I think it literally is like when the archer pulls the arrow back, and then there's all that tension that, you know, pushes it forward, and I feel like you're waiting, you're kind of holding back, because you want to make sure that you kind of do want to plan first. You want to make sure, and they are kind of waiting for you a little bit, but they've got other stuff to do, so they're not really that bothered. But they are definitely waiting for you or waiting for something. They are waiting for some kind of communication, some kind of message. This card's all about waiting for your ships to come in. You sent them out, and then they're coming in again. And they do come in with that card. They do come. And I do feel, though, interestingly, there's a slight mismatch, because I feel like what they're waiting for up here, kind of from the beginning, you're holding back a little bit, so you don't kind of quite get there. But they've got a lot of stuff going on, you know, in the interim. So then they feel really awesome. There's a lot of really good love stuff going on here. But you do have to take the action. This is the message. You do have to take the action here. This is the action card, love action. The arrow gets sent over. And you can trust that it will be received well, because they have this. And this is their response. Happy families, legacy, connection, marriage, proposals, very fulfillment. You know, these two cards are both, they're the kind of awesomest, even though that's not a word, cards. And in conjunction, you know, together in a spread, it's very powerful. Real emotional fulfillment, this one. And then this is all about kind of financial fulfillment as well, and complete abundance all around you. But it's also about kind of moving into the community a bit more. This is more about the family unit being fulfilled and whole. And this is about taking that wholeness out into the community for me, and spreading that joy. That abundance is so overflowing that it just has to keep going. It's like when you reach the completion, then where do you go after that? It's kind of next level. These tens. Okay, let's flip over the middle. Cool. So, interestingly, I am immediately kind of drawn to this card at the base of you. This is the card of deception. That there's a deceiver. The kind of thief in the night that runs away from camp, having stolen these swords, but he gets away with it. It's a card of guilt. It's a guilt card. A little bit running away from your responsibilities as well. He's a bit of a deserter. So this is at the base of you two. So I feel like this is just a fear. Because these other cards are so strong, this card specifically, as well, as I discussed, that I don't really see how, because it's at the base of you, it's a very strong kind of solid energy, because it's the below ground, it's kind of like the root energy, and going on for March. And I do believe, though, that it's just a fear. It's a little bit like, you can even see in the spread, he's looking at this Ten of Pentacles. It's like you don't trust it when you get everything that you want, because you're not used to it, maybe. It can be our own power and our own, you know, happiness can be the scariest place, because you're kind of waiting for something to go wrong a little bit. You know, where can you go from a peak experience? So it's about not being afraid of these peak experiences, and of being betrayed. I feel like they could, you know, if this is an ongoing thing, there could have been some betrayal. Like I said, because it came up in this card, that it's not always easy, the soulmates, and you need this strength, and you have cultivated this strength. But I do think that maybe there was some mistrust or some things gone on. And as I said, this moon card is all about things coming up, the truth rising. But do you know what? I really feel like it's not a dark truth. It's that maybe you've been ignoring your intuition. And the truth is that this isn't relevant, and this is just guilt. I think this may be a little bit of guilt about things that happened in the past. It could be in past relationships, or it could be with this actual person. But I get there's this distrust of this Ten of Pentacles here, and it's just not just nothing to be distrustful of this. And also because the energies of what's really going on are so strong. There's this Ace of Wands here, so this is again passion, new beginnings, fertility, drive towards this person, very much driven, and a new beginning. This could be a person from, because there is this soulmate card, usually, maybe they can kind of come in and out. If not, it's literally some past residue of things that is causing this fear of being betrayed, basically. I'm just feeling that this is just not real. I kind of want to turn it over. It's just like, this is really not relevant. But at the same time, it's there just to acknowledge it. So just be like, okay, there's a bit of fear, but of being betrayed and distrust here. But because this moon card has come out, and this is the truth coming out, this is the truth. What's emerging above ground, this is kind of below ground, what's emerging above ground is all good. And if you do freak out, chill out. Interestingly, because this is kind of what's above ground for the both of you, I feel like it might look a bit as though nothing's really going on. It might look like this is the kind of pause card. This is like pressing the pause button and chilling out for a while. And so this is kind of the pause. It's kind of what's going on. Can also be a meditation card for me. It means meditation. Sleep is important. Rest. It's the card of rest and just not worrying about anything. And this seems to be what's going on above ground. So what can be seen. So for both of you. So I get that it might look as though nothing's really happening. But it definitely is. And I do feel like the ball is in your court. And when you do take the action, again, they have such good things to offer you. They come to you with this wish card energy, which is just, make a wish and it comes true. And you are their wish come true. You really are. And you have a lot to offer them. And you're excited by that. You're passionate by them. They have a kind of, it's beautiful. This card, these four cards here are such a beautiful story. It's just kind of soulmate here on one side, strength with the soulmate, the wish come true, and then this big wand of passion, wave your magic wand of passion and desire. It's a very, very beautiful connection. But then there's just this kind of thing here. If you take it this way, it's just that this is a little bit hindering it. But that's okay. Because sometimes they need a bit of tempering, and it's been tempered here. But just be aware that what's tempering and whatever's holding you back is guilt, actually, I do feel. So either it's kind of like their guilt or your guilt or something, but it's just, what I'm really getting is it's completely irrelevant. It's kind of like the guilt of the collective. It's some kind of collective thing. We can make it about us, but it doesn't really matter. So when guilt does come up, just say, oh, hello, guilt. What have you got to show me? That's all. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, so I'm going to pull an outcome card. Okay, 9 of Wands. So this is that you're stepping out of your comfort zone with this, you see. this is my vulnerability card. So it's just that you kind of step out of your comfort zone. You're feeling a bit vulnerable, and again, it's a little bit distrustfulness, a little bit. But it's more that you've just a little bit been through the wars. You have, but it's just to be gentle and easy on yourself and stand your ground. You've put yourself out there and stay there, because what you have here is really amazing. And you've shifted. You have shifted. You've got the strength to be able to make it work, and you're prepared to make it work. Love. And as I said, if you're single, it's just a doneness. I call it a doneness. There's a huge amount. It's all here for you. And this person is, they're successful. Very successful, soulmate connection, waiting for you to come to them, basically. All ready for you. Okay, so as a bit of an extra card, I'm going to pull you a card from the Tantric Dakini Oracle by Nick Douglas and Penny Slinger. And it's a bit of a kind of metaphysical, quite in-depth, interesting, quite highly spiritually evolved, I think would make sense, kind of deck. But it's all very interesting and different messages. So, pull for you, Gemini, for March. Okay. And we have 41, high tension. That's interesting. This looks like a mental card to me. This looks like kind of swords card to me. This deck's quite new, so I'm not familiar with this card. So it says, high tension bears the number 41, signifying the combination of great physical powers exerted through the will. According to the classification by elements, this is the last or 10th of the fire cards. Oh, normally related to the suits of wands in the minor arcana of the traditional tarot. So it's not a sword. Like a giant standing on the mountain peaks, the muscular body of a weightlifter is depicted emitting flashes of lightning from the region of the throat. The body is without any head, and the two hands rest on the hips of the figure. The card shows the human body as an energy field, a conductor of currents emitting positively charged energies in sudden flashes, yet pushed to the extremes, as is suggested by the expanded muscles and the gigantic proportions. This figure is like a landmark, a lighthouse, flashing waves of energy across the landscape below. The questioner finds the need to take a firm position as a warrior. This is an extremely uncomfortable situation to find oneself obliged to maintain because of the constant outpouring of vast amounts of energy. Thus, it is also a state of high tension, requiring the ability to relax and recuperate at the first possible opportunity. Interesting. So I do think that this is related to this 4 card. And there's another little extra message in here, is that maybe you've been doing too much, you see. Maybe if things feel like they're not going right, it's because you're doing too much, not that you're doing too little. And you might be, I do feel like it's a bit like you're thinking too much, and that's what this is kind of about. And interesting, so the card kind of connects this with this. So this is all about chilling out, and that's what this message from this card is, to just chill out and rest. So throughout the month, if you ever feel like things are getting too much, just remember to just chill out in terms of everything. Because everything really is okay, and you're probably just taking on too much and thinking about things too much, and you really don't need to. And when you just chill out, it will all become clear, and follow your intuition. Alright then, lots of love. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can get readings as I upload them. If you would like a personal reading, all details will be below. My personal readings are very powerful, very in tune with you, and I get a lot of really good results. I always say it's like a GPS system. So the tarot the readings tell you where you're at, clarify where you want to go, and then give practical advice as how you could get there. So they are really very good. Share these with anyone that you think it might be useful to, even if they're not into, you don't think they might not be into this. I think I like these to be quite practical and helpful to as many people as possible. And have a wonderful March, lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for all your input and support, and I will see you again very soon.